Opposition political parties from parts of India may have come together in the hope of becoming a formidable force to give a tough competition to the ruling party in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, but their personal differences and different ideologies, narrow mindset and divide and rule politics are not hidden from anyone. Yesterday, during the India Alliance meeting that was taking place in Delhi, when the DMK leader M.K. Stalin requested the JDU leader Nitish Kumar to translate what he said in English, the latter got upset and lectured Stalin, asking him how could he not know Hindi. It is after all our national language. This is what Nitish Kumar said. This incident further deepens the fault lines between the North and South India members of the India Alliance. When you can't even let go of your personal differences over language, what scope do you have of uniting to win an election against the BJP? And then if you do end up winning the elections, how are you planning to seamlessly govern a country of 140 crore people from various parts of the country with different languages, different customs, different religions? Let's start off this conversation. I have with me Himanshu, but Himanshu, I'm going to start my conversation with you. And this is a rather, petty incident that has taken place. I mean, it didn't really warrant a comment from the Chief Minister of Bihar, no less, where a leader from the South has requested Nitish Kumar to translate what he said in English because he does not understand Hindi. And the very caustic way that Nitish Kumar has responded saying, oh my God, you don't know Hindi, the heavens have fallen, as if it's a big blunder that the man has committed, obviously showcases that it's not even about political ideologies. This is about your personal narrow-mindedness, how you think, what's your intellect, and what do you look upon as people who live in south of India, or people who you look upon as from south of India who look at the northern Indian belt.
It's something like this, It was basically a trigger. See, Nitish Kumar is frustrated. And it was basically a trigger. He wanted to be the convener of India. 4 meetings have gone. Nothing of that sort is happening. The political weight of Nitish Kumar is become very, very light. But then, before going to that, I'll give you one more example. A day before yesterday, Prime Minister in Kashi, while talking to, Tamil Kashi Sangamam, provided intelligence, artificial intelligence, AIs. And he spoke in Hindi. The Tamil listeners listened in Hindi. That's the way out. So language is basically not a barrier to communicate. Any language it can be. These days with the advanced technology, we have all that. But this small incident, what I know of is, while he was speaking, Nitish Kumar, he was speaking in his chaste Hindi, and which the people from South could not understand. Quite natural. Stalin or T.R. Balu or whoever it was, they could not understand this. And so, T.R. Balu suggested it to be translated for proper understanding, which Nitish Kumar went bombastic. He said it's a national language, Hindustan mein rehte ho, ye wo. See, the problem with Nitish Kumar or problem with India Alliance is their ideologies are so different. They have one thing in common: to protect themselves and defeat Modi. With that ideology, when you get together, which is basically not yours, times are compelling you to do all these things.
Okay. All right.
When these things happen, this is the result. A petty incident is
Ashpreet Singh Kandiyal, Congress spokesperson. Ashpreet, how are you going to narrow the divide amongst the India Alliance members when one of your allies doesn't even know what the national language of the country is?
One, I would just want a little clarification. Has this been told to the media by sources, or has the media seen this happen? My one question.
Okay, so let's this is a report that has come out, and this is put out in terms of the verifiability of it, that this incident has happened inside the meeting that took place at the Ashoka Hotel of all the India Alliance members.
So it's not being told by any leader that was present there. It's been told by the sources, if I got you right.
Right.
Basically making it hearsay or possibly propaganda, or the Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to basically take away the real message of India Bloc meeting. What happened in the India
I can
Bloc?
assure you there was no BJP leader who called me up and told me this is what has
No, I
happened.
wasn't talking about you. No. I wasn't talking about you. I respect you a lot. I respect your channel a lot. And I'm talking about the Bharatiya Janata Party and some other entities that would want this propaganda to basically go into the length and breadth of the country, because they want to sabotage the meetings. They want to sabotage the message that these meetings are trying to convey. There was a resolution passed that 141 MPs that have been suspended is undemocratic. The Bharatiya Janata Party knows that there's going to be a nationwide protest on December 22. The BJP knows there were 28 political parties present. The BJP is afraid of the India Bloc. Hence, they have suspended 2/3 of India Bloc's strength in Parliament, 50% in Rajya Sabha, 33% in Lok Sabha. Now, number two, the Bharatiya Janata Party also knows that the sea voter survey is saying that India Bloc is giving a stiff fight, the opinion poll, stiff fight in the 2024 elections. There's only a difference of 2%. As far as the vote percentage goes, as per that poll survey. Now, number two, the Bharatiya Janata Party, before focusing upon our meetings, upon what our leaders are saying and not saying, should focus upon the NDA also, because I don't remember the last time the NDA meeting happened. I don't remember the last time they were, they were basically ensuring freedom of speech and expression and democracy and etc. Because I'd like to ask if there's a BJP spokesperson sitting here or anyone who supports the BJP.
I don't have a BJP spokesperson sitting here.
All right. How many allies of the NDA, nevertheless, how many allies of the NDA happen to be registered with the Election Commission of India? How many allies happen to even have a single MP? And when they talk about the Congress Party or the India Bloc, I just like to remind them one.
Over here, you don't attribute this to BJP, who's spreading malicious lies about what happened inside the India Alliance meeting that happened yesterday. And to strengthen my case over here, that there are different ideological differences amongst your members. When you take a look at what Udayanidhi says about Sanatan Dharm, and Stalin comes out and supports it, and then you see Arvind Kejriwal being regretful that a statement against Sanatan Dharm was said by an India Alliance member, or for that matter Shiv Sena coming out and castigating Stalin and DMK for coming out with this statement and attacking the Hindu faith. There was a few years ago, during the last Lok Sabha elections, Rahul Gandhi went about saying, when he was campaigning for Wayanad, said that it is the southern belt, the citizens living in south of India, who are the more intellectual, intelligent people, therefore voting for the Congress, versus those who are in the cow belt or the Hindi heartland, who do not see sense and therefore don't vote for Congress. And might I remind you, for 30 years, 3 decades, the Congress has continued to govern the country, and they have gotten millions of votes from this Hindi heartland or the cow belt or the quote-unquote non-intellectual people of the country.
Now let me say a few things about that. Number
I have
one,
more examples, but okay, yeah.
If we were to, I too have many examples of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and not just about a particular state, about a particular part, but against communities, against religions. Now there's a Bharatiya Janata Party's MP that called farmers terrorist. Now there's a leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Rajasthan who said कि गुरुद्वारों को हटा देना चाहिए. Who said गुरुद्वारों को हटा देना चाहिए. And when he was made to apologize, when he was questioned about that, he said, no, I did not mean the gurdwaras, I meant the mosques. My intention was to say it about the mosques. So look at what the BJP is doing, what their leaders are doing. And number two, they can suspend 141 MPs. They can take notice of what the MPs are doing inside, outside Parliament. But what about the Bharatiya Janata Party's minister, Ms. Smriti Irani, who offered bangles, presented bangles to the former Prime Minister? What about the BJP MP who called a fellow MP a terrorist? What about the Bharatiya Janata Party's leaders that have called our leaders Videshi Taktu Ka Maura, Jersey ka hua hai 50 crore ki girlfriend, Saddam, Diane, Pappu, raincoat पहन के नहाना कैसे है?
Okay, your points are justified. You talk about, bad language being used. This is derogatory terms that are being used against ministers, and that's completely justifiable, and this should not be done. What I'm saying over here is that is there is there some cohesiveness with which the opposition parties under India Alliance are coming together? Because with the kind of statements in contrast, these are contrasting statements coming in from north and south particularly. It looks as if there is a north and south divide that has been created. Revanth Reddy also came out and said that KCR is not a true blue Telangana, true blue Telugu, because he has a Bihar DNA, as if having a Bihar DNA was a crime.
I'll answer in one line only. Now, Mr. Modi says that the communities should be empowered. He promises certain communities that we will empower you also. However, when it comes to actually empowering communities, a state BJP president of the Bharatiya Janata Party said to another leader, a Dalit leader who was the then Chief Minister of Punjab, कि पैर की जूती को सर पे नहीं रखना चाहिए. And despite that, he was made the state president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So, and Mr. Modi is saying they should be empowered. A state BJP president is saying कि पैर की जूती को सर पे नहीं रखना चाहिए. So, is there a divide in the Bharatiya Janata Party, not just with their allies, but inside the party? And number two, unlike the Bharatiya Janata Party, we practice what we preach. We are a united front. We were a united front, and we will be a united front. We'll deliver what we have promised in 2024. We'll make sure a caste census also happens, something that the BJP hasn't done in the last 10 years, in the last 2 terms. And we'll make sure that the Bharatiya Janata Party's accountability and responsibility is fixed for what they have not done or for all the wrongs that they have done. And one more thing. What happened in the India bloc, what Mr. Kumar said, on the basis of supposed reports, on the basis of supposed sources that we don't know about, we haven't heard of, no leader has confirmed it. However, what has been confirmed is that the Bharatiya Janata Party's MP endorsed the accused who entered into the parliament, because of whom the security breach happened. There was an attack on India's democracy, and despite that, there's been no inquiry against the BJP MP. He has not been
I don't know why you
suspended.
keep going back to the suspension of the 141
That's
MPs.
a bigger issue.
I had a debate just half an hour ago on that. I am on a different, you're taking it to a different tangent. Yes, I agree, it's an important issue. That's why I addressed it. But right now I want to discuss about the dissimilarities amongst the party members, amongst the alliance members, and can you actually conjure up unity amongst each other, between each other, and give a strong retort and with formidability come the 2024 Lok Sabha polls. All right, again coming back to you, Himanshu Bhatt. Now, having a neutral stance in this entire matter, and when we take a look at this situation that has erupted, and it looks like it looks like the India Alliance becomes an easy target, and obviously political parties are going to take pot shots at each other, and this has now become easier and easier to build a narrative around India Alliance, that there is this north-south divide, that there are these South India leaders who dislike North India leaders and dislike northern part of the country, and vice versa. Is there any substance to this narrative that is being built?
There is a little substance. The reason for to believe that, I have a reason for that. As soon as these 5 state elections were over and 3 were won by, this cow belt or Hindi heartland was won by BJP and Telangana was won by Congress. Somebody came out and said, Congress in South, Hindi heartland. See, this is what works. And this is what is happening. But if you see the present strength, even out of 134 total MPs, the maximum number of MPs are from BJP, that is 29. Congress has 23 or 24. I'm talking on figures. I'm not talking on anything else. Whereas the other regional parties have that. Now in this India Alliance, the basic problem is the problem of plenty. Who wants to become a prime minister? Then you already have the main opposition party, their own person. Now they have decided, somebody played a game. Mamta ji and Arvind Kejriwal met and decided to float the name of Mallikarjun Kharge, keeping Rahul Gandhi out. See, this sort of politicking is already going on. And that is probably the reason, yesterday was the 4th meeting. Any alliance partners who claims that on 400 seats, we will have a single candidate could have come up, because there are just 4 or 5 months left to Lok Sabha election.
Okay. Okay,
would
fair
have
enough.
done that.
Also, okay, let's get in. Ashpreet, also, about this discussion, who's going to be the prime ministerial face. So, at this point, it looks like from yesterday, the meeting that has concluded, there is a name that has unanimously cropped up of Mallikarjun Kharge. Now, is it now, a foregone conclusion that the leader that is going to then lead the India alliance is going to be Mallikarjun Kharge, and the likelihood of him being the prime ministerial face is now more evident than before?
Thank you for the question. See, first and foremost, Mr. Kharge has clarified one thing, that the need as of now is to win first, to have a majority first, and then to decide the PM phase, which is very practical, which is pragmatic, and which should be the approach. And therefore, once we have won, you'll have all the answers to your questions. As of now, they would only be, conjectures. Number two, as far as the result is concerned, because the question is about the PM phase, we are very confident about the result that India will defeat NDA. The Pyar Ki Dukaan will definitely defeat the Nafrat Ki Dukaan. There is no doubt about that. And the Bharatiya Janata Party has today passed bills, and there has been no debate, discussion over the bills. Now, let me connect the present issue with the suspension plus there being no debate and discussion. See, very smartly, the Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to target the India bloc by reducing the strength, like I told you before. And second, they have bulldozed over the dissent that there was in the parliament, the demand for debate and discussion over these important bills like CRPC, IPC. They have basically changed the law of the land that has been going on for so many years. It's going to be I happen to be a lawyer myself. There are judges and there are other lawyers, there are law students, there are so many people who are going to be affected because of this. So shouldn't there have been basic debate? But the Bharatiya Janata Party does what it always does.
Well, there could be a counter response that could be given by the BJP that, listen, you were anyway going to hold placards and jump into the well of the house. You were not letting other ministers talk and speak and give their speeches and arguments. You were anyway creating ruckus and not have allowed for discussion to take place. And therefore, it was then appropriate for the government, for the speaker to suspend the members of the parliament so that there is parliamentary proceedings that take place, discussion happens, and the bills are then passed.
So that's all we were saying. A discussion should happen over
the discussion was not happening. The discussion wasn't happening for the past 3 days. Ever since that canister spray incident that took place, there has been ruckus inside the parliament. We have been witness to it. There has been commotion inside the parliament.
Answering a question, this disruption that you are talking about, Mr. Jaitley, the former minister in Bharatiya Janata Party, the late former minister, had said, disruption is a way of expression that is essential to democracy. The Bharatiya Janata Party has forgotten that. This disruption wouldn't have been disruption. It would have been a demand at the Bharatiya Janata Party.
But then we need to make a decision, Ashpreet, whether you at this point, whether the MPs at this point of time are talking about the breach inside the parliament, or you're talking about the CRPF and the IPC and the other criminal laws that at this point of time have been amended.
No, it's all connected.
And the bill
it's
has
all
been
connected.
passed. No,
it's
so
all
there has to
connected.
be a priority. Isn't there also a modus operandi which is played, whether it is from the BJP or the Congress or any other political party?
Now, allow me.
A brief given before the parliament starts. Listen.
Allow me.
There is going to be disruption. There we are going to be sloganeering. We are going to be jumping into the well. We are not going to allow for proceedings to take place.
No,
so anyway, this is well documented. This is well known by everybody, even me sitting over here. And watching the tamasha that takes place on a regular, systematic basis. But okay, so like I said, the discussion is not about the suspension of the MPs, but point over here, bringing back India Alliance and how powerful, and does it have the strength at this point of time? It's 4 months, 5 months before the elections take place. Are you strong enough to take on the BJP is the big question. And talking about differences within the alliance, 4 meetings have taken place. There has been continuous repeated demands that there needs to be a seat sharing formula that needs to be decided. There has to be a coordinator that needs to be decided. There seem to be multiple contenders for this post. Number one being Nitish Kumar, but he seems to be forever disgruntled because somehow he has not been able to garner popular support.
May I answer please now?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that every issue that I talked of is interconnected. I told you that the disruption happened because the demand wasn't catered to, the demand of the country, that the Home Minister, that the Prime Minister give a statement. Then I told you that they have tried to kill two birds with one stone by suspending the MPs, target India bloc and bulldoze over the dissent. Number three, you talked of the India meeting. In India meeting also we passed a resolution. And then you talked of Mr. Nitish Kumar's statement, which I told you that has not been seen by anyone, has not been quoted by any leader who was present there. It's basically upon the basis of so-called apparent reports, supposed sources, we don't know what, but this is basically a diversion from the real issues is what we are trying to say.
Okay.
This is something that Bharatiya Janata Party wants to happen so that the nation can focus upon this issue instead of that issue. So all we are saying is whatever is the Bharatiya Janata Party's propaganda, it's 100 times, whatever they are saying, talking of Mr. Kumar, Mr. Banerjee, Mr. Gandhi, whoever, it's 100 times less than what the BJP MP has done by endorsing that accused, by making his pass, recommending him, because the rules and guidelines also say the MP is responsible for whatever that individual does.
And there is a criminal proceeding that is happening against him. There is a probe that has been initiated.
BJP MP.
There is a
there
probe that has been initiated against him.
No, BJP MP.
If he's
BJP
found,
MP.
if he's
BJP
found,
MP.
He's talking about
Has the
talking
BJP
there is
MP
an
been
inquiry.
questioned?
There has been an inquiry that has been registered against him.
BJP MP.
Yes, the BJP MP.
Has he been questioned? There has been an FIR. Has he been arrested? Has he been interrogated? Do we have any answers to that? Has Mr. Modi
there is a committee that will be inquiring him. There are these questions that are being raised of the member of parliament.
It's been
from
7
the
days.
BJP, when the opposition parties say that he needs to be suspended right away, there needs to be some procedure to follow. There needs to be interrogation that
no
needs to take
procedure for
place.
141 MPs, but there has to be procedure for the BJP
it's the
MP.
same. Anyway,
It's been 7 days.
okay.
I'll just say one thing. Had it been an opposition MP who had endorsed such a man, his family and he would have been arrested within an hour. Here it's the Bharatiya Janata Party, so it's taken 7 days already. And all we are saying is that
unfortunately, I don't have a BJP spokesperson who could retort to your statement that you have made right now. I obviously reserve my rights to respond on that question. But on that note, I'm out of time and I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.